Hi, my name's Lizzie and I'm the Senior Nutritionist at Saracen Horse Feeds, and I'm here today with Carl Hester, Saracen Brand Ambassador for 18 years. We're talking about feeding the dressage horse and just thinking about some of those factors that are important, and of course taking into account feeding the individuals. Now here at Carl's yard there's a variety of different types of dressage horses, ranging from the young horses up to the more experienced Grand Prix horses, and also as well some of those that are now in their retirement years or non-competitive years. Now, some of the important things that we consider and how we work together here as a team at Carl's, I would say that most of the work and the time that I spend here actually is spent with the wonderful Alan and Alan's team of grooms, and we're working hard to assess each individual horse. We talk about individual personalities, temperaments, different metabolisms, because some of them are very good doers, some are more difficult to keep the condition on. But what we need to remember when we're feeding performance horses is that all situations are different in terms of how they're managed, how they're trained, and their personalities. So Carl, just tell us a little bit about how things work here in terms of routines and training.
So, I mean, you're absolutely right. We are managing, so many different types of horses. We have 4-year-olds, we have 7-year-olds, 8-year-olds that are just beginning to learn the advanced work. And then, of course, we have our established Grand Prix horses, and then right up to Utopia and Vallegro, our retired boys who are in their 20s now. So, you have such a range of personalities there, such a range of temperaments, and such a need for us all to have this discussion, between you, me and Alan and everything, because I have to, of course, relay how the horse is feeling. Does it need more energy? Does it need less? Some of the horses here actually live out, so they of course tend to, especially in spring and summer, tend to get a lot bigger, and we have to manage that. The rest of our horses that actually live in then just go out in the day, but we live in an area where we have good grass. This is a wetland area, so in the summer of course we have lush meadows, and the horses can, if we're not careful, with their feeding and their grass load and haylage, of course, we have to find a way of managing all of that together so that they don't become ticking time bombs. I mean, you want a dressage horse to have energy. Grand Prix horses actually need, for those tests, they need a lot of energy, and championship horses, will go to a show with 3 days workload in a row, and expected to perform at high level every day. So, they get a very special diet, obviously, to be able to cope with that, with the energy that is needed. But also here, I firmly believe that all of the horses should be able to be ridden by everybody. So all the staff that work here, and some of our people that come and do the hacking days. So we do 2 schooling days and then a hacking day, and 2 schooling days and then a hacking day and a day off. But what we need there is to make sure that the relaxation days, combined with their feed, enables them to actually be relaxed and not, on their days where they're hacking, be over the top horses. And then we go all the way down, of course, to the 4-year-olds. And, we have 2 4-year-olds here at the moment, one very hot horse, one very laid back horse. And again, that's an interesting way of being able to discuss, although they are just 2 4-year-olds, they are both uniquely different and need different feeding according to that, of course.
So as you can see, there's such a wide range and different spectrum of type of horse and temperament and personality that we need to take into account with the feeding. And I guess really part of the flexibility as well with working with the range from Saracen Horse Feeds is that we're able to cater for all these different scenarios. And I always view it kind of we can take care of the feeding so that you can just concentrate on the training and the riding. In terms of how the relationship works together, of course, as I've said, I would communicate and speak to Alan and the team a lot of the time. But do you find as well that it does work, that in terms of the response that you get back and how it works with the horses and the feedback, that we are able to adjust things and keep the level of performance and the recoveries?
And the communication, of course, is important. That after 3 weeks, you have to obviously have the right amount of time where things start to take effect. So we have that communication, and I just trying to point out here that anybody you know, can get in touch with you. Anybody can get in touch with Saracens. Maybe not you. There are, you know, you have a team as well. But you know, you can ring and talk to people about it, and just, you know, like, I think sometimes people feel that, you know, feeds are just set amounts at set times and can't be adjusted, and of course they can. And I think this is where, you know, when we work together, this is where, you know, it really shows the detail that we can put into it.
And I guess really we've been working together for 18 years, crikey. You know, that is a long time, and I'd like to think that that is as well a true testament of the strength of the working relationship and actually the trust that you have in Saracen Horse Feeds and the products.
Well, that is, of course, goes without saying. I wouldn't be here 18 years later. I think also, it's not just for me to say that, but I think most people have a knowledge that when they see our horses out competing, their wellness, how we look after them, how well they look, you know, how correct they are in their fitness. So we place so much emphasis on feed and fitness, not just, you know, like continually doing dressage. So, you know, like this whole wheel that goes around to make, you know, to make these finished performances, to make the horses, you know, grow into what they're supposed to be, to have the right muscle shape, you know, like that they can convert, you know, what's on their body into muscles to be able to hold themselves to be these superb Grand Prix horses that we have here.
Well, it's fantastic working with you and all of the team, and just over this 18 years as well, having to, or being able to have shared just so many unbelievable results and seeing so many super horses move through the ranks as well. Because I think, you know, working with horses like Vallegro and being there right at the beginning and then now being involved still in his retirement is just fantastic.